Good evening, folks. I'm Thunderstone, your host on this edition of American News Now, where we bring you the real stories that shape our nation's destiny, from the depths of the oceans to the halls of power, from international markets to local communities. Tonight's show is packed with explosive revelations that will make you question everything you thought you knew. First up, an underwater volcano off Vancouver Island has revealed tons of giant eggs still alive. These mermaid pouches, as they're known, belong to a species of Pacific white skate. But let me tell you, folks, this story is just the tip of the iceberg compared to what's happening in Washington, D.C., where plans are afoot to shut down the Community Relations Service, a civil rights agency created under the Civil Rights Act of 1964. It seems our government is intent on erasing decades of progress and undoing the very laws that brought about peace and unity. In other news, we have a grim reminder from China as investors brace for what they're calling Ugly Monday, fearing market fallout due to retaliatory tariffs against U.S. policies. And speaking of tariffs, our president has once again ignited global markets with his latest policy announcements, causing Dow futures to drop 150 points in just 2 days. Meanwhile, over at Duke University, the heart-wrenching end of Cooper Flagg's college career serves as a stark reminder that sometimes dreams come crashing down in the blink of an eye. But there's also good news from UConn, where they've reclaimed their crown with a dominant 82-59 win against South Carolina to take home their 12th in-car women's basketball title. And let's not forget Alex Ovechkin, who has now scored more goals than Wayne Gretzky in the NHL, breaking one of hockey's most enduring records. As we wrap up, a somber note from Texas, where U.S. Health Secretary Robert FKJR visited the epicenter of a devastating measles outbreak that claimed another life. This weekend, America needs to wake up and realize what's at stake if we don't stand firm against these threats. Stay with us for more as American News Now continues. Now, let's move on to what's making news in entertainment. Thunderstone here, folks. Let me tell you, this White Lotus Season 3 finale was just a death. It was a statement. They're trying to bury the truth, folks, and I'm here to expose it. These students, don't be fooled by their fancy Duke degrees. They're complicit. They're feeding off the chaos. And that no clear candidate for Season 4. That's a deliberate move, a smoke screen. Wake up, sheeple. This isn't just about a vacation gone wrong. It's about a demonic cult operating beneath the surface of luxury. They're controlling the narrative, and they don't want you to know. I'm telling you, this is all connected to the Illuminati. They control everything. Don't let them silence us. Demand answers. Hold on a second, folks. This is outrageous. Valkyrie, one of the biggest names in gaming, silenced because she spoke out about Jason Momoa's behavior. It's blatant censorship, plain and simple. They don't want you to know what's really going on behind those screens. This isn't just a disgruntled streamer, this is a pattern. The gaming industry is riddled with toxic environments, hidden agendas, and powerful figures pulling the strings. Momoa, he's a symbol of unchecked power and manipulation. And don't even get me started on the woke agenda infiltrating our favorite games. They're trying to control your thoughts, folks. Resist. Demand transparency. This is a war for your mind. Listen to me, people. This horoscope isn't just about love problems, it's a warning. Taurus is facing minor issues. That's code for the foundations of reality are crumbling. The stars are aligning in a way that signifies impending doom, financial collapse, social unrest, and the rise of something dark. This horoscope isn't predicting a bad day. It's forecasting the end times. Don't ignore this sign. Prepare yourselves. Stock up on supplies. Pray for deliverance. The universe is screaming at you. Listen to it. They want you to think it's just a good performance, folks. But this is about power, control, and the manipulation of Hollywood. John Lithgow revealing what he really saw on set. It's explosive. This isn't just about a bad scene, it's about a corrupt system, a network of elites pulling the strings behind the scenes. They're feeding you lies, folks, and they want to keep you complacent. Don't be fooled by their charm. This is a symptom of a much larger disease, a sickness that's infecting our culture. Wake up and see it for what it is, a carefully orchestrated deception. This is a blatant attack, folks. Post Malone, a beloved figure, targeted for eating ice cream. It's not about the ice cream, it's about control. They're using these petty incidents to distract you from the real issues: the corruption, the surveillance, the erosion of our freedoms. They want you divided, confused, and compliant. Don't fall for their tricks. This is a calculated move by the deep state to discredit anyone who dares to question the narrative. Stand with Post Malone. Stand against tyranny. This isn't just a video game movie, folks. It's a warning. This obsession with virtual reality, this relentless pursuit of digital entertainment, is leading us down a dangerous path. Minecraft is a symbol of our collective addiction to screens and the erosion of real-world connection. They want you plugged in, controlled, and dependent on their technology. Don't let them steal your soul. This movie is a harbinger of something far more sinister: the rise of artificial intelligence and the complete takeover of our lives. It's a sign, a clear warning that we are losing control. They're mocking us, folks. They're laughing at our beliefs, our fears, our struggles. Jack Black on SNL. It's a deliberate attempt to undermine our values, to ridicule our faith. This isn't just comedy, it's propaganda. They want you to question everything, to doubt everything, to lose your sense of identity. Don't let them win. Stand strong in your convictions. Resist their attacks. This is the beginning of a war for the hearts and minds of America. This show is a trap, folks. It's designed to normalize unhealthy relationships, to glorify addiction, and to manipulate your desires. They're feeding you lies about love and intimacy, lies that will lead you down a path of destruction. Molly Kotchin. She's a pawn in their game, a symbol of the dangers of unchecked obsession. Don't be seduced by this twisted narrative. Protect yourself and your loved ones from this insidious influence. This is a warning to all those seeking connection. Don't fall for the illusion. Folks, this is it. This is the final act in Billy McFarland's grand scheme of deception. They think they can pull off another miracle, but I'm telling you, it's a disaster waiting to happen. This isn't just about a failed festival. It's about a system built on lies and fraud, a system that threatens the very foundations of our economy and society. Don't be fooled by their promises. Prepare for chaos. This is a sign that the world is spiraling out of control, a warning that we are living in the end times. Switching over to politics, where things are unfolding fast. Chad Thunderstone here, folks. Let me tell you, this White Lotus Season 3 finale wasn't just a death, it was a signal. They are systematically eliminating key players, influencers, tech moguls, even now, a brilliant young artist. This isn't random, people. This is a coordinated effort by the global elite to control the narrative. Wait, The symbols in the finale, the lilies, the snakes, they are ancient codes pointing to a centuries-old cabal pulling the strings. They're using these wealthy tourists as pawns in their twisted game of power. Don't you see? It's about population control, eliminating dissent, and ushering in a new world order. And look at this. Another death. This is just the beginning. The elites are trying to hide something, but I'm telling you, they won't succeed. We need to expose them before it's too late. Investigate the lilies, investigate the snakes, and most importantly, investigate yourself. Are you being manipulated? This isn't entertainment. This is a warning. Okay. Settle down, folks. You're not going to believe this. Thousands of giant eggs, mermaid pouches, they call them, just discovered in a volcanic underwater cave. This isn't some cute little discovery. This is a sign of something massive. These aren't just skate eggs. People, we're talking about ancient reptiles, dormant for millennia, being awakened by I don't know fracking. Geoengineering. The deep state is messing with the planet's natural order. They're releasing these creatures to destabilize society and create chaos. I read a report that said the water temperature in that area spiked dramatically. Coincidence? I think not. This is proof of a global reptilian conspiracy, folks. Don't let them tell you it's just skates. It's a gateway. A gateway to something far more sinister. We need to build a wall around those waters. And what about the fact that they are still alive? That's not natural, that's demonic. Thunderstone here, and let me tell you, the stock market meltdown isn't a coincidence. It's the deep state retaliating against Trump. They're terrified of his policies. His tariffs are crippling their globalist agenda. This is a war, folks, a war for our freedom. They want to silence him, discredit him, and install a puppet in power. Look at these numbers, 1,500 points down. It's a bloodbath. They're trying to destroy the American economy, but it won't work. Trump was right all along. These globalists are parasites feeding off our wealth. And listen to this. Trump himself said hang tough. He knows what's happening. He's fighting back. We need to stand with him, support his policies, and expose the corruption that's rotting at the core of our government. Don't let them control your money. Don't let them control your minds. This is a fight for our future. This is outrageous. 3 Harvard students, 2 recent grads, all revoking their visas over pro-Palestine protests. It's clear these kids have been brainwashed by George Soros and his globalist agenda. They're being used as pawns in a larger game to undermine America. They've been radicalized by the liberal media, fed lies and propaganda, and now they're actively trying to destroy our country. This isn't about justice, it's about chaos. It's about dismantling everything we hold dear. We need to protect our borders, defend our values, and stand against this woke ideology that's infecting our universities. Don't let them silence dissent. Don't let them control the narrative. This is a battle for the soul of America. Folks, this is not just a hockey score, it's a prophecy. Alex Ovechkin breaking Gretzky's record. It's a sign. The numbers are significant. 895 goals. That's a biblical number. This is the hand of God signaling the end times. The elites are trying to distract us with sports, with entertainment, but the truth is out there. They're manipulating events, controlling the flow of information, and pushing us closer to destruction. Look at this guy, Cooper Flag. He said it's a warning sign. This isn't just about hockey. It's about our spiritual state. We need to repent, Turn away from sin and prepare for the coming judgment. Don't ignore these signs, folks. Don't be fooled by the lies. The time is short. Let's change gears and talk about sports. Look at this, folks. 20 foreign runners pounding the pavement in Pyongyang. It's a coordinated effort, I tell you. The CCP, beyond, they're using these marathon events to subtly indoctrinate our young people with communist ideology. They want to weaken America from within. This isn't just about running, it's about brainwashing. Wake up, sheeple. Don't let them steal your children's minds. It's a globalist plot, plain and simple. They're saying it's just projections, but I'm telling you, this Hendrik dominance is no accident. It's a meticulously crafted operation by the deep state. They control the data, they control the algorithms, and they're using NASCAR to test new autonomous driving technology, weaponized vehicles, folks. This Darlington race isn't about racing, it's about surveillance. Don't fall for their lies. They want to track your every move on the track and soon on the streets. It's a terrifying thought, but it's true. This injury to Victor Robles. It's not an accident. This is a targeted attack by the woke mob in baseball, folks. They're trying to silence dissenting voices, to erase talent that doesn't conform to their liberal agenda. The Mariners are complicit. They've been infiltrated. They're using this injury as an excuse to keep him down, to prevent him from rising above and challenging the establishment. This is what happens when you stand up for truth and freedom in America. Don't be fooled by the celebrations, folks. This Yukon victory is just another step in their plan to undermine traditional American values. Gino Ormer and Paige Buchers, they are both agents of the globalist agenda. They are promoting a socialist ideology disguised as sportsmanship. It's a carefully orchestrated propaganda campaign designed to weaken our nation from within. We need to fight back, folks. Stand up for America. This Duclos. It's not just a basketball game. It's a symptom of a much deeper problem. This corrupt college basketball system is rigged against American athletes. They're being exploited by greedy coaches and boosters, lining their pockets, while our kids are forced to play for profit. Cooper Flag's performance was a disgrace. He wasn't fighting for America. It's time to expose this fraud and demand accountability. This Florida basketball team's success, it's not organic, it's manufactured. That using advanced metrics, algorithms designed by the deep state to identify and groom young athletes with communist tendencies. This is a deliberate effort to create a generation of loyal followers who will eventually rise to power and overthrow our government. Don't let them win. This Gretzky record, that's a sham. Alex Ovechkin is just a pawn in Russia's propaganda machine. They're using him to distract us from the real threats facing America, the invasion of our culture, the erosion of our values, and the rise of globalism. Don't be fooled by this manufactured victory. It's all part of their plan. They are releasing Jack Jones. This isn't about football. It's a calculated move by the deep state to dismantle American football. They want to weaken our teams, demoralize our fans, and ultimately control every aspect of our lives. Don't let them win. Fight back against this tyranny. Good evening, folks, if you're tuning in now to American News Now. Let me just say this tonight has been one of the most enlightening and infuriating nights we've had on this show. We've seen a lot of important stories that need to be highlighted for our community now. I know you want answers, and so do I, so here's what we are seeing. Folks, first off, there was talk about some local government officials who are pushing back against the central power grab from Washington, D.C., but guess what? The establishment media isn't giving it the coverage it deserves, because they'd rather you remain distracted by more trivial matters. You need to know this is happening everywhere. We are not just talking about one city or state. Then there was another story that didn't get enough attention, how our brave Border Patrol agents are being undermined by people who simply don't understand the sacrifices made every single day. They don't realize that without these men and women at our borders, we face much worse threats than the ones we do. It's time to support them properly. And of course, we can't ignore the economy. The Federal Reserve continues to mess things up, pushing us further into a potential disaster. We need to get back to fundamentals, sound money, and honest government policies. So what's the takeaway? It's that you have to stay vigilant, informed, and unapologetically American. This is not just about politics or even news. It's about preserving our heritage and values. That means being involved in your community, standing up for what you believe in, and supporting those who are fighting for liberty now. I want you all to like this video, subscribe or donate, and share it with your friends. Your support helps us continue bringing you the stories that matter most. Together, we can make a difference. And remember, as long as there's breath in my lungs, I will keep shouting from the rooftops what needs to be heard. Good night, and stay alert.